Hey everybody, it's Corey from Gemini Guitar back with some Art of Doom today, haunting harmonies, and we're going to be focusing on the diminished scale and some tritone harmony bending. So what I'm going to do is lead you through for the first four bars we'll look at the harmonized part. The reason being for that, the first part uses the same rhythm. It's just different notes and positionings, obviously because it's the original part, but we'll take a look at the harmony part, and the transcription's available at the website anyway, so you can download that and print it out and you'll be able to follow along and learn it that way, the top part. And then in the second half we'll take a look at both of the bits. So to begin with, as I would mention, we're using the diminished harmony for this section of the riff, and what that translates into, if we look at the notes just briefly. In bar 1, on the top part, we've got the F note, then we've got the B and the D and the G sharp or A flat. So when you harmonize using the diminished scale, basically what you've got to do is just add 3 to the note that you're on. And that can be either lower or higher depending on which part you're doing. So in this case, the F note, that's our top part, so we're going to harmonize that with the G sharp or the A flat note, and we've just added what would you describe it as? 1.5 steps, so a whole step plus a half step, add that to it, or 3 frets. So we get first fret, harmony is at the 4th fret. When we proceed to the next part of the riff, we've got the 2nd and 5th fret on string 5 in the top part. So we add 3 to each of those and we get the 5th and the 8th fret. And then the last note's the 4th fret on string 6 for the top part. So we move up 1.5 steps and we get the 7th fret. Okay, so that's bar 1, 4th fret on string 6 for the harmony. 5th and 8th fret on the 5th string, back to 7th on the 6th string. Then we're moving to the 6th and the 5th fret on the same string, string 6. So we'll just use our middle and first finger because we're already there anyway. And then we've got this nice little run of, what is it? We've got about 7 8th notes to do here. So we're going to be 6th and 3rd on the 4th string, 5th and 2nd on the 5th string, and then 4th, 1st and 4th on string 6. And actually this is an excellent demonstration of the scale shape over multiple strings. So if we start on the 1st fret root note again from the top part, and we play like this, then we make use of all those strings and we're able to reach into the higher realms with the higher octaves there. Just take note though that when you get to the 2nd string from the 3rd string, okay, so because of the way these two strings are tuned, they're distance apart intervallically, then we have to move over a whole step when we change to the 2nd string. So we're at the 4th fret here, so we're going to start the 6th fret on string 2. And then back to normal, and we move to string 1. And the diminished scale makes an excellent way of using intervallic, legato and tapping ideas, so that's something I'd encourage you to do. If you wanted to be on, say on string 1, sorry that's the wrong interval there. Sort of, I guess something George Lynch might do, that sort of thing. Back in the heyday of neoclassical music, I guess Malmsteen and people like that would use the diminished scale a lot. Obviously I'm no Ingui, but that's the sort of thing you can do with it. And you can also sort of get some nice sliding ideas, legato. Some sort of Van Halen-esque type of legato ideas there as well if you want to try them. Okay, so on to the second part. What we're doing here is we're using the tritone interval now for our harmony. So on the top part, we've got the 1st and 6th fret, and we're bending up a half step to get to the pitch of the tritone interval. So in this case, it's F, Bending at the 6th fret on string 6, so we get to the pitch of B. If we go back to our original position, F and B, that's our tritone interval, flat and fifth. You can note there that if you raise that flat and fifth up just a half step, you get the power chord. Speaking of Dokken, that was George's, and still is probably, it's one of his favourite intervals to use in his riffs and solos. Just go and check out any of the Dokken albums and you'll understand why. Okay, so that's the first step. So you just got to bend up a half step. It's not really too hard on string 6, so bending on the 6th string is pretty easy because we get to bend down. We can use the 3rd finger for a bit of extra support and grab power. Move that up to the 4th and then 9th fret for the bend. 7th and 12th fret. And I'm finishing off with a Phrygian sound because we're going to use the G flat and F power chords. Also known as the Jaws interval. So that's the minor 2nd interval. That's probably my favourite interval of all time. It works excellently in doom metal as well. Okay, so on to the second part. Basically, we just use the flat and 5th to start with. So in this case, it's the B, then we move up to the E to do the bend. Then we're going to use the D and then the G note to bend up. Then the 8th fret and the 13th fret, that's the F note and the B flat note. To get up to the B there. And then we're going to do the bend from G flat to F. And that's on the 3rd string at the 10th fret. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do this stuff, so I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of mileage out of this. Take this idea and then create your own things with all the ingredients, the notes and the scales and so forth, the different techniques that I mentioned. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with it. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and until the next lesson, bye for now.